the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
Smiley Ariaga. Drinking water, sorry.
And make sure you follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Facebook.com/The Wrestling Caucus. Twitter @Wrestling Caucus. And Instagram @The Wrestling Caucus. Today we're going to talk about a couple of shows that have happened recently to kind of close out summer as we welcome the fall season of pro wrestling. And of course we're talking about the impromptu pay-per-view known as WWE Payback. We'll talk about that. And recently AEW's All Out.
It's like 2 nights ago. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 nights ago, yeah.
As we're recording this.
Yes.
Well, the first thing I want to talk about before we get into these shows, I've been noticing some things, on Twitter, that wonderful place with a very quote-unquote enthusiastic wrestling fan base, and how wrestlers are dealing with said Twitter wrestling fan base. And I've noticed big stars like Roman Reigns, and recently I saw Chris Jericho giving a lot of weight and giving time to responding to some trolls.
Doesn't he do it all the time?
What?
Doesn't he do that all the time? I kind of just don't pay any mind.
No, but I think recently it's these people that they're responding to has such a low follower count. It just randoms everything.
Well, that's what Meltzer does all the time.
Dave Meltzer does it too, but big stars in a promotion, it's way different from a journalist. But Roman Reigns is positioned to be the top guy of a company, and he's responding to some dude on Twitter that has 100 followers. I'm what are you doing?
I guess it's him trying to be a heel.
That's stupid. It's stupid. And granted, the people that are tweeting at whoever on, at wrestlers, they don't really represent the grand total of the TV viewing audience. But nonetheless, some of these people that are trolling you on Twitter, some of these people pay money to see you. So if they're talking shit or not, they're still going to pay money. So just ignore it. It's bullshit. Get on there, tell people to watch whatever show you're on, and keep it moving. It's
freaking ridiculous. I don't know. I've grown numb to seeing Sir Wilkins from Jobber Tears. He posted it sounds it might sound silly to some people, but it really is a good why are wrestling fans so freaking mean to each other? I don't know, I guess I've kind of grown numb to seeing people argue about stuff. Whether it's people like Chris Jericho arguing with people who have no followers, or just anyone just arguing about I don't know, you can argue about anything, but just the way that you see people arguing about it's so trivial and just it's exhausting.
It's a waste of time. It's
a big waste of time.
Tell people to watch your show.
Can't you discuss anything without making it a war? I know I say this a lot, but Christ's sake.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just stupid. Just don't give your time to people that are tweeting at you that have 50 followers and no profile picture. It's what's the point? I can understand if it's somebody let's say for example, I don't know, somebody from Bleacher Report, or Bleacher Report, the account, said something about a certain wrestler from a certain promotion. That's a little different. Bleacher Report has a big platform. Or somebody from CNN says something about wrestling, and CNN has a big audience. Okay, it's then a wrestler, a top wrestler, can go on the defense, or unless it's a warranted criticism. If it's just a off-color remark, let's say the classic wrestling is fake and phony and bullshit, and then somebody comes a Roman Reigns or a Chris Jericho says, "Fuck you, what do you know about my business?" Okay, that I can understand that, but just some random guy on Twitter with no followers, who gives a shit?
Yeah, but even if it's some people posting wrestling is fake, it's probably a lot of the time it might be someone our age, or it might be some kid who is too young to have a smartphone, who's just saying stuff, just saying anything, just to you've read YouTube comments before. People just say anything.
So why give that any weight?
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it at all. All right, let's talk about Payback. What'd you think?
Payback. Oh Christ, what happened again? Oh my God, what happened at Payback again? What happened at Payback?
Okay, there was. Are you serious?
No, what happened again? I forgot.
There was.
I remember the ring breaking for some dumb reason.
Yeah, it was. It was Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman versus The Fiend for the title.
Oh, God. Ooh. Ooh, yeah.
What'd you think?
It happened. And then Roman came out at the end.
It did happen.
It was a thing that happened. I know I sound like an asshole, but it's just like, Jesus Christ. That show was...
I think that's the running theme throughout that whole show. Lots of stuff happened.
This was a bunch of things.
Just a bunch of things.
Oh, yeah, every match... Like, people were complaining about AEW, like, the tag matches in AEW. Like, the tag match in AEW at All Out went long, but... It wasn't nearly as excruciating as a lot of those matches on Payback. It's like no one's wrestling bad, but it's just boring. It's just they're just doing stuff.
Yeah, Payback was like every match was like the same. It ran the same speed,
the same pacing, the same
same everything. Everything was the same. You know,
it's like if you play in 2K19 and you just had the computers fight each other.
I will say that I did like... I like the fact that Keith Lee beat Randy Orton, but he defeated him. He won a contest. I didn't feel like it was like, whoa, Keith Lee just beat Randy Orton. I was like, oh, Keith Lee beat Randy Orton.
Isn't that sad about like how Keith Lee literally pinned Randy Orton clean and I didn't give a shit?
Yeah, the match was not set up for us to really care. It was just a match, and then it ended. That was it. And that was like... The main event, okay, I like, okay.
Wasn't the
I'm
event?
not going to say, okay, it was Braun Strowman and...
Oh, yeah, that's right. God damn it.
Having Roman Reigns not sign the contract throughout the whole night, okay. But they're lucky there's no gate. So if fans paid tickets to a show and they did that shit, bad. Because people pay money to see certain people, especially like a Roman Reigns, who's like your top star. I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, the fact that he came into the match like at the end,
at the very last minute.
Yeah, because he's the heel.
The match started out with those two.
He's a big meanie, guys.
Like they've done that before, where like you take out a baby face, right? He gets, and then people are like, where's the other guy? Where's the other guy? And then out he comes limping in like a hero or whatever.
Didn't you get disqualified for showing up late to
it's a triple threat
match?
So. Roman Reigns showing up last minute. Okay, it was whatever. They have no fans. They can do whatever. You can do whatever you want. But like the ring breaking and everything, it's just, dude. It's so like, let's get past this. Like
another thing that just happened.
How many times that happens with especially with Braun Strowman? It happens so many times with Braun Strowman.
It happened like twice with Braun Strowman. But
yeah,
I think no, it happened once with Braun Strowman.
With the Big Show, yeah.
And then the Big Show before that did it with Mark Henry.
Yeah, because it happened. Yeah,
because like that one really cool time it happened with Brock Lesnar. The second time actually was a little worse because I think the referee got hurt when Big Show and Mark Henry did it.
It almost looked exactly...
Or was it Big Show and Braun when the referee got hurt?
Yeah, it was just stupid. Like we don't need that. We don't need that anymore. It's
like
so
the first time with Brock and Big Show was very like spontaneous. It was like, what the fuck? Brock Lesnar is a maniac. He just suplexed the Big Show. It was kind of like one of those like, what would happen if you did this moments? Like what would happen if you superplexed Big Show? And then Brock did it, and it was like, whoa!
Yeah.
Holy crud!
I think.
But after it happened again and again and again.
And speaking of happening again and again, I swear that Braun Strowman and Fiend match right before Roman showed up, it was literally the same match from the week before at SummerSlam. Oh, there was no difference.
It was probably like even more boring though.
It was just nothing. I'm literally watching the same match and I'm just as bored. Like that's two people I never want to see wrestle for like forever.
Like
never again.
If that was the first time you looked at those guys, you just looked at The Fiend and Braun Strowman, would you guess that if they fought each other it would be that boring? They look like people that could kill each other, but the thing is it was just them.
It was so boring.
God.
And then I think Alexa Bliss was watching.
Oh yes, because she's in love with the guy. She's infatuated with the guy that abused her on TV.
Oh boy.
Both of them. Wow. Oh boy. That's great, guys. That's really nice. It's a great way to draw in fans.
Yeah, especially like this Universal title is bullshit. Roman Reigns is the champion now, right? Okay.
Yeah, he actually kind of looks like legitimate with the belt.
That's fine. Let's hope nothing happens to him again.
Oh, let's hope They gotta really like.
I hope he doesn't get injured or something like that, because that Universal title is like cursed.
I pray he doesn't get injured. It's like, it's with WWE. It's one of those things like how could they possibly mess this up?
Yeah. And
how could they possibly? There's no way they can, right? There's on paper. There's no way they can, but I don't know.
Yeah. Anything else on Payback? I have nothing else to say about this show.
Fuck happened on Payback. What else? Oh, well, was it a tag match that happened on Payback? Oh, Shayna tapped out Bayley and Sasha at the same time.
That was cool.
That was great. Yeah, Shayna's great.
That was a good moment.
Yeah, it was nice. Like
the match was no good, but it was
a thing that happened.
It was a thing that happened.
The match they had on SmackDown, I think it was with the rematch they had on SmackDown was much better.
Okay.
Much better.
That's
but
what I heard.
yeah, oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Well, Shayna was great, and Nia Jax didn't kill anyone. So yeah, so that's about all you can ask for. And Sasha and Bayley are always good workers.
Do you care more or less about the women's tag title after watching either the Payback match or the match on SmackDown?
I never cared about the women's tag title.
Oh, you don't care? Okay, yeah.
That's probably it's a backlash for saying that, but it's just like, and it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with. I said this before. It has nothing to do with the wrestlers. It's just kind of like, I love all the cruiserweights they have, but does that title mean anything?
No, not at all.
Exactly. It's like, these guys should be competing for like the IC title, like guys like Brian Kendrick or like all the other cruiserweights that they don't use there. All the other ones that they don't utilize. Akira Tozawa, instead of having hit, they already killed him with the ninjas, but the point is they have so many all these great people, all these great women in this division, but it's just like they should be competing for the women's title.
I feel like even on screen, we've talked about this many times before. It seems like nobody wants the titles. Nobody wants women's tag titles.
Everyone who gets the titles doesn't give a damn about them.
No, it's not even the people. Yeah, there's that, and then there's no outside of the champions. There's nobody that wants them.
Nobody. It's like
nobody wants them.
It's kind of like, I guess we have these things now. It's like, okay, you're gonna get a world title eventually, but until you get that, hold this belt, these belts.
The next time you're gonna see a thing with the women's tag titles is if, let's say, AEW has another special show on Wednesday. Oh, now let's put the women's tag titles. Let's defend them on NXT. Let's bring Sasha Banks and Bayley back, and let's do whatever.
If anything, these women's.
Well, after that angle they did on SmackDown, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but
I don't know. Yeah, do those titles even mean it? That's the thing. Like, Bayley should just. Oh wait, no, they're not. If they were still tag champions and they had this betrayal, Bayley should burn the titles.
Yeah, drop it in the trash.
I wish, but I don't know, man. It's kind of like these titles are kind of like a placeholder for a post-it note for we'll get world title eventually, but until then, you just have the women's tag titles.
You just have them.
Shayna and Nia Jax, and even though I hate to say Nia Jax, they probably will get women's titles eventually. So these tag titles are just to remind Vince, they're still here. Okay, we still have them. So, I don't know.
Yeah. But overall, Payback was just a nothing show. There was no match that was like, wow, this really sucks. It was just, everything was just floated on. It was just there. There's nothing else to say.
Asuka didn't compete at all Payback?
I don't think so. No, she shouldn't. She wrestled 2 matches at SummerSlam.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I don't need to see her again.
Good. Yeah, she deserves a break.
All right, let's talk about All Out. What do we think?
Oh, I loved All Out. The weird thing is about All Out, I guess I'll get one negative. Not really a negative, one criticism out of the way. It's weird that how maybe it was because of the heat. They had more people, but the atmosphere wasn't as lively as Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing had just the wrestlers around the ring, and I thought Double or Nothing had a better atmosphere.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that was the one, the turn of the show.
Excuse me.
There was no heat, and there was literal fans there, not just wrestlers. The people at the side of the ring, nothing. I don't know what was going on. I hope nothing bad happened backstage because the atmosphere was off. It was almost like...
I think it's because we were hot, like, and plus, I don't know, I guess the Matt Hardy thing kind of got everyone a little, like...
Maybe people were worried.
Oh, God, he's alive, right? He's okay, right? You know?
Yeah, like, it just felt... It felt dead. It was really dead.
I mean, they were still, like, they were into the really good stuff, like the Thunder Rosa match people loved, the tag team match, even though it went long, people did, like, love.
I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel any kind of heat, nothing. I didn't feel... When there was a pinfall, it was just a pinfall. Like, I didn't feel it. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, they had literal fans there, and I heard nothing.
Well, apparently... Well, some people were saying that, like, they needed to be mic'd better. Or, like, they requested the audience be mic'd better. Or something.
Do something.
Because apparently people who were there will actually, you know... people who were there were saying that there was actually there was like, you know, excitement, but we just couldn't hear from us watching.
Yeah, maybe like, you know,
because like miking could have something to do with it. Also, like I said, it could be like it was freaking hot, and like, you know, people were just like.
But they've had there's been great dynamites where there was.
Well, no, I know. To be honest, I think the heat will probably affect the wrestlers. I think the heat affected the wrestlers more than they did the crowd. So I don't know.
I think the wrestlers were fine. I think the wrestling was fine, but it's just the atmosphere. It was dead. It came out on TV. Came off dead. Like I saw, there was a shot of Peter Avalon. He looked like he had this blank face.
Probably like, he was like, maybe he was like, oh my god, man. It's hot out here, man.
It was so strange.
No, I don't know. That's all I kept hearing. That it was just like, it's hot. It's really like the main complaint I kept hearing.
I think, you know, overall this show. There wasn't a match that was like, at least from watching it the first time, I might have to go rewatch some of this. There was no match that was like a blow-away match, but there was some good match on the show. You know, like I loved MJF and Moxley. That was like really good.
That was amazing.
There was a lot of drama. There was it was really interesting.
Sheeta and Thunder Rosa was
that was great too.
That was the best match. That was the best women's division match they've had since Sheeta and Nyla Rose.
There was a lot of grappling. There was a lot of like mat wrestling and stuff like that. It was very, very interesting.
Also, one of the best they've had since the match that Nyla Rose won the title when Nyla Rose beat Rio. That match was freaking tastic. But yeah, this was like it was on that level to me. Like you know,
the Mimosa match was entertaining.
That was very fun.
It was very different, and I think Orange Cassidy needed to win that most definitely. But and it protects Jericho, you know, too. Like he didn't take a pinfall.
Like and plus like. Even if he did get... actually, you know, it would have been silly if he got pinned, because, like, you know, how are you going to have 2 tanks of orange juice outside, or mimosa, whatever the fuck? How are you going to have 2 tanks of that and no one's going to get dunked in?
And Jericho can sell it on Dynamite?
Yeah, that too. Like, and also, like, honestly, even if this match did end in a pin by some wacky reason, someone would have been in the dunk tank either way at post-match.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so...
But I think like this was good because... You know, AEW needs to think about the future, and it's a young show. You have a lot of young stars on the show. You don't have a ton of like grizzled veterans like Jericho, but Orange Cassidy is the future. He legitimately brings ratings. He has a unique personality, and he's a great worker, and he has a lot of depth in him. He gets serious when he needs to get serious. Most of the time, he's doing his thing. But when
he actually changed up his... I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
He actually changed up his stuff, like, when the pandemic happened. Like, he, you know, because, like, what he does... What he was doing when there was people around only, I think, kind of worked mainly when there's people around.
Yeah.
Him changing gears and, like, you know, getting serious in burst is, like, a nice change of pace for him.
That's a good point. It
kind of peels back another layer.
Exactly. That's a good point because I think that, you know... Every great character in wrestling evolves, you know, without totally switching it up. But like, you know, I think look at John Cena. At some point, he had to stop rapping. At some point, he had to stop, and he became one of the biggest stars in wrestling in a long time. So I think Orange Cassidy, you know, he's definitely showing more to him than just what he showed up in AEW for. Even though people still love that about him, you know, he doesn't say much. He's a whole look, but when it's crunch time, he can get busy. You know, we saw that with the Pac feud. You know, he was serious when he needs to be. And
I don't know why anyone had a problem with that match.
I did not have a problem with that. I thought that was fucking great because Pac is like a wrestler's wrestler, and Orange Cassidy's the opposite of that. But if you're an Orange Cassidy, you're gonna make a lot of money in wrestling because you have there's something about you that no one else has. Jericho has said it a bunch of times on this podcast, you got to be different. You got to be different. And Jericho is always different, and that's why he's still relevant today, because he was always different. And Orange Cassidy, you know, his character is definitely going to evolve, but there's still going to be pieces of his character that is hardcore fans, especially
we haven't seen yet.
Exactly, yeah. So very excited to see what Orange Cassidy is going to do in the future. But now we have a guy that you can take seriously, because now, let's say if down the line Orange Cassidy challenges for a championship, TNT World Champion, whatever it is, you can believe him as a champion because, one, he beat a former world champion, and he beat Chris Jericho.
Wouldn't an orange strap look beautiful?
That'd be great.
Well, with Orange Cassidy, I don't know what I was gonna say. So it probably wasn't important.
Yeah.
But with Orange Cassidy, there really is no one on that show like him, I remember. Okay, Austin. Look what Stone Cold came from. He was stunning Steve Austin. He was the ringmaster, and he became the Rattlesnake. So anything had happened. That's why I have faith in people like MJF or people like Chris Statlander. More so. I guess more like people like Chris Statlander. People go right now and go, huh? But who knows what their character will become. If you give it time.
Look at Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
Brian Pillman, he was Flying Brian, then he was in the Horsemen, and then he became the Loose Cannon. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see, his full potential. But he's a character that evolved with time, and I think it's gonna happen with a guy like Orange Cassidy. And people need to understand that, everyone's a good wrestler now. The athleticism in wrestling right now is uncanny, but that's not what's gonna sell tickets. What's gonna sell tickets is your uniqueness. What makes you different? Why should people care about you?
And that's way beyond your moveset.
Yeah. So if two people can do a 450 corkscrew, tope, whatever, if both of y'all can do it, why should I care about you two? What makes both of y'all special? Who cares? That doesn't matter. Personality, persona, people have to identify with something. That's what's gonna make money.
You see, the only kind of situation where that kind of thing would work if the two people had a similar move. It'd be interesting. Hangman versus Okada. The Rainmaker versus the Buckshot Lariat.
Yeah.
I kind of
that'd be interesting.
It just as an example. It's just it only if the two guys wrestle exactly the same, but no one's gonna give a goddamn.
Yeah. I think this All Out was this year's show was not as good as last year's. It wasn't as good as Double or Nothing. But the one thing that it was consistent in the show was the booking. Everything about it made sense. I really loved Britt Baker and Swole in the dentist's office. I thought it was really clever, the finish, when she put the gas on her and knocked her out. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really cool.
I thought that I thought a lot of spots in that match were kind of goofy, but then again, Britt wasn't really working at all for a while.
Yeah, what's funny? She's just coming back off an injury. I figure they're just giving her something light that doesn't really, you don't have to, you know what I mean? It's not as risky as actually going in the ring. So we'll see what happens. I think they're gonna have another match. I hope they have another match.
Maybe it was the ganja, but there were many points in that match where from the back I thought Reba was Britt, because I was seeing Reba take a move oh crap, Britt just got killed. Oh wait a minute, Britt is there, but wait a minute, hold on. From the back for some reason they looked very similar. I don't know, maybe I was crazy.
That match was good because I think a wrestling card needs that. It needs diversity. It needs I don't want to. This is not a WWE versus AEW thing, but when I'm watching Payback,
people are gonna make that into that anyway.
When I'm watching Payback, everything was one speed. Everything was exactly the same. But on this show, there was so many different things. There was you had the Sheeta versus Thunder Rosa. Then you have Britt Baker versus Swole. Britt Baker and Swole was mostly story, and Thunder Rosa and Sheeta was very just technical, which is great. And then you have FTR and Kenny and Hangman. It was all story. So coming out of that, I think it makes me want to watch Dynamite on Wednesday. And look at the it was the 8-man Dark Order versus the Rhodes, friends of Cody Rhodes. The promo that Goldust cut after with Dustin Rhodes was incredible.
Oh yeah, if there's a bad Dustin Rhodes promo, I probably have never seen it. Well, despite that one in WCW or something.
Oh yeah, he came out. He was 7.
Yeah,
he was like, I'm supposed to debut a new character, 7. And look at me, I'm in a gimmick. I'm in a stupid gimmick. Whatever he said, he was like, dude. I was like, so what's the? Am I supposed to watch next week? And what am I supposed to do? But now I see he's out for Brody. Is he gonna win? No. But it's like I want to see it happen because
who knows?
Dustin showed conviction. He's like, I'm
maybe
gonna
not
fuck you
now.
up. Yeah.
Maybe not now because wouldn't that be a cool kind of way to get revenge for him destroying his brother on television along with his wife?
Yeah,
that would be a nice way to get payback, is taking his title, at least for a little bit. But
it was. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was overall it was it lacked crowd heat, definitely.
I think you can do a lot worse than a few hiccups, and it was hard to watch the Matt Hardy match after some.
Oh yeah, that was like
that was very difficult to watch after he.
I'm glad he's okay,
fucking
but
cold.
Yeah, I'm glad he's fine, but I think the match should have stopped. I would have been okay with that.
Yeah, I would have been. You see, that's the kind of situation where no one's gonna criticize the finish.
No.
But the problem is they finished the match and everyone criticized the finish because they finished. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they probably do another match.
Ain't that a bitch? No, I hope they don't do another one. I just want Matt Hardy to be alright. It's like. Yeah. I hope they don't do another one like that. Jesus Christ, like.
No, do another match.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I'm just afraid because they literally were killing each other more and more. They wrestled.
Yeah.
Well, I was sort of enjoying it until the whole concussion thing.
Yeah, that was something.
I really was enjoying. Other than that, I don't know. That feud has been kind of. I'm not gonna say certain people were saying oh, it's sloppy, but it's I don't know. This is one of those things where not the best luck,
Yeah.
The chair shot was a misstep, definitely. And
what you think of Lance Archer winning the Casino Battle Royal?
I think Lance Archer needs to stop karaoke singing his theme song. It looks very stupid on TV. But other than that, he was awesome in that Battle Royal.
Yeah, you're right.
He's amazing. Yo, he does the every... And, I'm... dude, I don't know if it was this week or the week previous. Yeah, no, definitely wasn't this week, because this week was that wacky-ass segment where everyone just came out there. I was like, what the fuck was that?
That was weird.
But before that, it was either... I think it was the week before that one, where... Freaking Jake the Snake is cutting a promo, and it's great. But then freaking Lance Archer tries to work in this "Everybody Dies" thing. He doesn't sing it, but he says it, and it's like, dude, you have an advocate that talks really well, and you're the one that throws people out of rings.
Yeah, you're good at killing. You're a good killer.
Yeah, if you just do that, please don't sing your theme song. It never looks like... Okay, look, it's one thing when people in the crowd... Actually, you know what? I love it when people in the crowd sing Jericho's theme, but you know what I hate? I liked when Sammy Guevara sang his theme the first time, but then when he kept doing it weeks after, it was like, okay.
That works when there's a crowd.
Yeah, exactly. It does not... But the thing is, he kept doing it... I know they're heels, and I guess it's supposed to be annoying. They're supposed to be annoying, but look, yeah, Lance Archer, stop singing... karaoke on your theme, please. I feel silly spending so much time in this. That's literally the one thing that bothered me. Because I didn't want to. I guess I never talked about it until now because when it happened the first time, I was like, okay, he's never gonna do that again. It was a thing that he did that was really stupid, and you hope he's never gonna do it again. But then he kept doing it. It's like, God damn it.
I wonder at that point how many people change the channel.
He does that. It's not a channel changer, but it's just after you see a guy kill everybody, and all of a sudden he starts singing, he starts looking like an idiot. He's like, oh, let's be afraid of this guy.
Yeah, it's true. He's singing his song.
And then when it just looks you remember how he went into the corner camera? You know when he had the corner camera? He was singing his theme song into the corner camera.
That was weird.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that knows. Stop.
No, I saw that. I was like, what are you doing?
What the fuck?
But
I feel bad for being like, I love Lance Archer. I think Lance Archer is great, but like,
I think Lance Archer versus Moxley would be.
It would be amazing as long as he doesn't do any of that shit in his promos, or as long as he lets Jake the Snake do all the talking.
Just have him talk. Yeah, don't be doing that. Don't go up to the camera and like. That's why I think everyone's theme should have no words, like Moxley's theme, so actually, you can't sing along.
Well, I mean, for some people, their theme song can't be without words. Like Cody's theme can't be without words because it just sounds so cool. It just sounds so catchy. Who should
Jericho's? I mean, that's his own song.
That can't be without words.
Yeah, that's fine.
Omega's theme can go. Honestly, I love how his theme. I think his theme is perfect, minus the words. Actually, it's not that distracting. But like, yeah, like not everyone's theme needs words. Not everyone's theme.
Nope.
Like,
Or no, just don't sing along to your theme.
Oh, you remember when Cody came out with the live band?
That sucked.
And that was like awkward.
They suck. They're not very good.
And poor Brandy was just like, she was trying to hype up the crowd. Like I love Brandy Rhodes. I really do. Like she's like the most humble like person like ever. It's like you know what I mean. She's obviously not like level of Thunder Rosa, but every time she's out there, she always like puts her ass into it, and it doesn't look stupid.
Yeah.
Like even when whatever she does, it doesn't look. It never looks bad. Like she works hard. Like and she cares about not looking like an idiot on TV.
You think Kenny's going heel?
He is, isn't he? like look how he treated Hangman. I don't know if you watched the Being the Elite that came out today.
I didn't.
Oh my god! Like I don't. Yeah. He's definitely like I don't know. It's definitely something's gonna happen because like we won't be happy go lucky. I'm chasing Colt Cabana. I think the next time let's just say the next time he sees Colt Cabana on screen, I think he might murder him.
Great.
I'm waiting for that to happen because then like Kenny will murder Colt Cabana and then Brody Lee will finally kick him out of the Dark Order, or maybe it will finally corrupt Colt Cabana.
Yeah, I think Kenny Omega. Again, it's about character development. If he goes full on heel, great. You go full on heel against Hangman, great. We'll see what happens. I have a feeling like maybe, I don't know this, but I have a feeling like Kenny is probably going to be one of like AEW's top guys, maybe as a babyface. Maybe, well, we'll see what happens. Like
if he stops going 50-50 with jobbers.
Well, yeah, that was one time, but yeah, again, that's another thing. But I think that, yeah, I mean, Hangman, I don't think they should turn Hangman at all.
I don't think that's what's happening.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't think that's what happened. But I think we're not. I would like to see Kenny and Hangman one-on-one, but again, we don't know when we're going to really have like an arena full of people. But I think that's the kind of match you would do in front of people.
Honestly,
yeah.
I kind of want them to go back to how it was for Double or Nothing. Just have the wrestlers around the ring. Because, like, I know they want people to be there.
Yeah, same.
And everything, but it's just like...
It's not adding to anything.
No, it's
like just having people there. It's like, yeah, it's nice.
But it's, like, kind of weird because, like, it's just,
I don't hear them.
And plus, it's... I don't know. I'm still... I'm kind of nervous about how everyone thinks. It's not. Like, I know I'm not the only one that feels that, like, okay, are we inviting people back into arenas too early? I know New Japan is doing it, but, like...
Japan is way different.
Yeah.
Their COVID situation is way different from us. And listen, okay, it's an outdoor open-air amphitheater, so it's much safer, and everyone's wearing masks, and everyone's, situated in pods, but I had no problem with just having wrestlers there, just...
Yeah, because, like...
I have no problem with that.
I like that atmosphere. It's kind of like, it's like it's. I say it all the time. It's like a gym, like where like the athletes watch each other compete or like spar or like or.
I think it's cool.
I always loved that. Like I like it was like the best pandemic atmosphere.
Yeah. Anything else in All Out?
What's happening All Out? I did love the Young Bucks with the Jurassic Express. I thought that match was amazing.
It was very good.
That was phenomenal. Like, Yeah, like it. Oh my God, Marco like got murdered by that super kick from Matt.
Yeah.
God damn it. Is like
definitely like sets the stage for FTR and the Bucks down the line.
Yeah,
FTR winning the belts was the right choice, though. Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if that's a match where they wait a while to do as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think FTR should kill a couple of tag teams on the way up. You know, for a few months, maybe the top of 2021, maybe Evolution, or
run
maybe
through Jurassic Express and SCU.
Yeah, maybe maybe Revolution or Double or Nothing next year. We finally get the Bucks and FTR, and then the Bucks finally win. But you know, you can make an argument saying maybe they should get them by the next pay-per-view because they have their book coming out and whatever. But I think the smartest decision is to hold this off a little bit because it's gonna work. It's gonna pay off in the end. I think.
Like oh man, the Young Bucks after when you watch Being the Elite, you'll get a better idea of like where like this storyline might be going.
Yeah.
Like that's why it's hard for me to say that Hangman's gonna be able to turn after what I saw.
No, Hangman's not. I don't think so.
No, he's not. Like I thought it was at one point. I think they wanted us to think it was, but like,
nope.
But that's why I kind of think it's interesting. It's one of those storylines where I don't know what's gonna happen, but in a good way. It's like, oh, you don't know where this might go.
Yeah. So, all right. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up. It's Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
Smiley Arriaga. Shout out to my friend Julian Diaz. He wanted me to shout him out.
All right, and make sure you subscribe to the Wrestling Caucus anywhere you get podcasts. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Facebook.com/The Wrestling Caucus. Twitter @Wrestling Caucus. Instagram @The Wrestling Caucus. All right, peace out.